Hey, welcome to Sign New with JW. This is Sign New number 85. Do you devalue yourself? So earlier today, I was doing a couple of things and I was listening to this 24-hour live feed motivation compilation. And one of the speakers that popped out to me was Joe Rogan. And he asked the question, do you devalue yourself? And why you devalue yourself and all the different things. And I was really thinking about it because we as individuals, sometimes don't believe in ourselves in the ways that we should. And I know that I've seen it firsthand, one, in myself, and two, in almost everybody that I have around me in some way devalues themselves a little bit. And I've worked with a bunch of different individuals, and I see that sometimes they do not give themselves the credit that they deserve. They devalue themselves in so many different ways. They underestimate their worth. They don't, they reduce their importance overall in the situation. They don't believe in themselves in the ways that they could and they should, and they diminish themselves, and they pretty much depreciate the value that they bring to the table in all of these different ways. So really, I was thinking, why? Why do we devalue ourselves? Why do we believe, that we are not worth what we are? And there's a lot of things that probably could go into it. Where we came from, our upbringing, those individuals around us, all the different scenarios. And I think it's garbage, though. I think overall it's just crap. Why would we devalue ourselves? Why do you not believe in yourself? And if you do, if you are one of those individuals that devalues yourself, stop. Think about all the different things that you are good at. Think about all the different things that you have in regards to talents. And I can say, look, for me, one of the things that I don't have and I know that I do not have is talents. I don't play music. Now, could I learn it? Absolutely. But these are the things that I know. I can't sing. This voice, you listening to it on a video is one thing. Listening to me sing is a completely different thing. I don't karaoke for a reason. But could I do it? Could I go ahead and take the classes to do it? Could I do voice classes? Could I do, different things to work into being able to sing? There's all the different things that you could do. But instead of that, people look at, I just can't do it. One, I don't want to. One, I don't want to play an instrument. Two, I don't want to sing. There's certain things that I know that I do not want to do in my life. Those things wouldn't make me happy. But for other individuals, you devalue yourself when you're good at certain things, but you don't tap into that potential all the way and go for it. One of the things that I think a lot of individuals devalue themselves is in their talents. Those things that they have that are, they're there. Whether you believe that they were given to you or not, they're there, but you don't do anything with them. You don't tap into them. I had an uncle once, and phenomenal. I truly believe phenomenal artist. He could draw things that just were amazing, but he didn't do anything with it. He didn't do anything with it in the way that he wanted to do it. And my father would tell me, he should have done this and he should have done that and he should have done, and I think back to those and it's like, yeah, you damn right you should have done this. He should have done all these different things, but he didn't because he didn't believe in himself and he didn't believe, in his talent overall. If you have a talent, there are many different ways, don't think that singing and drawing are the only ways, or playing an instrument are the only talents that people are given. There are many different talents. I believe one of my talents is being able to talk to individuals and make them feel different about themselves in a positive light. Motivating them in certain ways that they might not be motivated in. And so there are many different ways to do that. So don't think that your talents are limited to 1, 2, 3, or 4 things. They're not. But when you have those talents, why are you not tapping into them? Why are you devaluing yourself in the ways of what you could do possibly in this life? And I think that you should not and you can't underestimate your worth. you have to believe in yourself. And I say the most important individual is always going to be you. You should think that you are more important than me, just like I think that I'm more important than you. And it's not because of you versus me type of mentality. It's because if I don't believe in myself, how am I going to go ahead and tell you to believe in yourself? And that's how I look at it. I realize what my worth is, and I realize what I bring to the table. You need to look at what you do in your day-to-day life, personally and professionally. What do you bring? And don't allow those that are around you to, well, this is all that you do, and this is all that you do. I think sometimes we hear all those outside noises, and then that becomes a reality. Don't allow that to become your reality. Look at what you do bring to the table, and then look at what else you could bring to the table. Because I feel that sometimes a lot of individuals are holding back all of these different things that they could do and they could bring to their table because of things that they've heard in the past that keep them from going beyond what they do go, where they go. So don't do that. Don't allow yourself to be, confined to what others say. Don't be confined to what you believe that's all you're worth, because it's not. Don't do it. Understand that you have worth. Understand that you have value, and you can bring it. Not only can you bring it, but I am positive. I'm positive that you can up it. All right. All the good things that you do could be great things that you do. All the great things that you do could be phenomenal things that you do. But you have to be the one that does that. You have to be the one that realizes that, and you have to be the one that goes ahead and puts that into action. Talking about what you could do and can do and all these, it's great. Without action is crap, though. I've heard that so many different times, and I believe it. You have to take the action. You have to go ahead and step out there and bring it to the table, and then produce on a continuous basis. Produce and perform until those individuals around you shut up. Don't do it to keep them quiet, but do it because then the tone of what they're saying changes, and they're no longer going out of their way to say what you can't do, and they're no longer being that noise that is surrounding you. Don't do it to shut them up. Do it because you're worth it. Do it because you actually have that value. You know what you can bring, and you bring it, and you shut them up by just being you. Every day, being there, performing and producing on a level that is much greater than what you're doing right now. So if you are devaluing yourself, stop it. Stop, realize that you have so much more to bring, and you can bring. And then once you do that, then bring it. Because like I said, you have to go ahead and, one, believe in yourself, and then two, step forward and put that action right in what you want to accomplish. You have to be able to, not only say all the great things that you want to do, but, have the action, have that determination to go ahead and get those things done. So, do you devalue yourself? If the answer is yes, it's real easy. Stop doing that, because you're not going to get any closer to success. You're not going to get any closer to your goal if you continue on this path. And then if you don't devalue yourself, hey, and you're one of those, butt heads around other individuals, stop tearing everybody down around you and help bring them up to your level. Because at the end of the day, you can ensure that, your organization, your job, your company, whatever, is so much greater by everybody being on the same level, instead of you being the great one and everyone else sucking in life. If you're the one that is great, hey, make them better, because that's what a real leader does. They don't devalue others either. They see everybody's worth, everybody's potential, and they bring that level all the way up on across the board. So if you're that individual, hey, you have work to do also. We can always bring more to the table, every single one of us, including me, and that's what I'm trying to do. So until my next video, thanks. Appreciate you watching. Decide New number 85. Do you devalue yourself?